for us at the Civil Rights Museum. Thanks. Joining us now is Clarence Henderson. He took part in the famous Greensboro sit-in at a segregated lunch counter during the Civil Rights Movement. Clarence, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate you being with us. I know you support the president and his visit to this museum today. What stood out to you about the president's remarks?
What stood out to me about the president's remarks is that he's going there to serve and represent as the president. I don't listen so much to what he says, I watch what he does.
And do you think he has been somebody friendly to the African-American community?
Yes, he has. If you look at how the housing, more housing has been purchased by blacks than before, and the fact that the job rate, unemployment is down in the black community.
So you point to the economy, which of course was his message. He specifically pointed that out at his rally last night, I know, in Pensacola, Florida, what you just mentioned, the fact that more African Americans are able to buy homes right now, according to the latest numbers, the jobs market as well, very strong. But civil rights icon John Lewis, he boycotted today's event, as Athena just mentioned. And here's what he wrote in a statement before this. He wrote, "President Trump's attendance and his hurtful policies are an insult to the people portrayed in this Civil Rights Museum." So explain why you see it differently.
The reason why I see it differently is that this museum has nothing to do with the president so much as except that he is the president. You know, John Lewis as well as others went through all we went through to be able to come to the table and be integrated into the American system, American society. It's unfortunate that he would not go there and represent what he has stood for in the past. And it doesn't mean that he agrees with the president. It just simply means that they have come together in a one common bond saying that we need to unite.
You believe John Lewis was wrong?
Yes, I believe it was wrong not to go there because, see, he paid a tremendous price to be able to go there and say, I was a part of this. Of course, his choice is his. But had it been me, and I would have invited, I went there and been with the president, and even took a picture with the president. And if I had any order against him or whatever, then I would have spoken to him in regards to that. It's just like when he wanted to meet with the Black Caucus, they wouldn't meet with him. They should have met with him to discuss any thing that they had, any discrepancies or any problems they had dealing with. That's how we do in a society that is a civil society. We sit down and we discuss things and see if we can't come to an agreement.
Sure. I know that there have been, the Black Caucus would like to meet with the president. I'm not so sure they've refused to meet with him or the other way around. I know there's there are opposing stories of how that relationship has evolved. But here's the thing. The president attended this event just hours after he campaigned for Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore. And I know you're familiar with that campaign event last night in Florida. A man, let me remind you, who has said the last time America was great was during slavery. Listen to this.
I think it was great at the time when families were united. Even though we had slavery, they cared for one another. People were strong in the families. Our families were strong. Our country had a direction, and we corrected many of the problems.
Are you okay with the president supporting Roy Moore?
I certainly am, because again, what we need are people that serve the people of the United States and our government that will serve according to what our Constitution says. Now, if you evaluate what he said, if I dissect what Roy Moore said, then I would see it as when you find so many of us right now that are out of the loop, out of the net, and not being taken care of. See, back during slavery time, if you want to talk about the people were fed, they were housed, and all these kind of things. Now, that wasn't perfect, but what we have right now is we have in the last party, the Democratic Party, we had so many blacks that were out of jobs, getting on welfare and all these kind of things. So it's a situation whereby you have to dissect exactly what Roy Moore said.
Could the president say anything that would change your opinion of him?
He could do something that would change my opinion of him, but not say anything because, see, I heard our former president say so many things, but he did nothing in reference to the situations like in Chicago and in Detroit. So now we have plans that they're working through. The bureaucracy is slow. I have been in constant conversation with some people that are connected to the White House, working with some programs that will bring jobs to the inner city and change some of the dynamics of America. And
who have you been talking to?
The person I was talking to, trying to think of his name now. I can't think of his name offhand right now. One of the persons I just met with, who's a liaison, a female, down in at the GOP headquarters. And we just discussed some things that we're trying to put in place. Met with some black businessmen and also with the political party of the GOP.
Okay, Clarence Henderson, again, thank you for being here.
You're quite welcome.
We have